How's it going, everybody? My name is Snazzy Patty, and today we got us a little reaction for us. This one is by Scribble. This one's going to be called How Does Patrick's Rock Actually Work? As always, the link to the original video will be in the description below. But without further ado, let's go.
This is Patrick's Rock, and while yes, it's definitely one of the most iconic homes in animated history, that doesn't mean it makes much sense. In reality, this place is about as logical as the sea star who lives under it.
Dumb as hell.
That about sums up what this video is gonna feel like. This house is dumb. Like, tell me, does Patrick have a bathroom in his house? As shocking as it seems, that clip does seem to confirm Patrick has a bathroom, but then again, this is also shown to be what Patrick's house looks like.
That's SpongeBob.
See, even as a kid, it made no sense to me.
Flat floor, no bathroom or rooms of any sort at all, really. As I said, this place is frackin' dumb. So yes, today, I'm going to be showing you exactly why Patrick Star's Rock doesn't make much sense. Be prepared for an irritation headache. I feel like Squidward.
Alright, let me know.
Here's the layout we're working with when it comes to Patrick Star's Rock. I want you to get a good long look at that. Analyze every detail you can, please. Looks like we have two layers here, a shelled interior to the rock, a nice living room beneath it. Got a good understanding? Cool, great, good to know. Throw all that out the window. That layout there is, well, kinda canon and kinda not. Honestly, it's pretty hard to say.
Yeah, because where's the bathroom? Oh, it's in the corner over there. Nah, because the bathroom had a door, and it was made out of it was all made out of sand.
If there even really is a canon version of this house. In fact, I'd say there are really 3 versions of Pat's Place with a secret 4th version that I'm saving till the end because I'm a YouTuber. It's probably one of the most contested bits of SpongeBob lore in the entire series, but no more lazing around. Let's go over all those versions, starting with the most basic of them all, version 1. Just a rock. Remember this clip from the intro?
That's SpongeBob.
That right there is the most essential form of Patrick's house, when it's literally just a rock with flat sand underneath. Considering Patrick's identity as a sea star and how they sleep in real life, honestly, this may be the most accurate house we can ask for, at least in the realm of reality. Of course, Patrick doesn't abide by our simple, scientifically accurate reality though, and that means that this form of the house shows up the least often. Truth be told, the only other major instances of this version of the house that I can recall are from the episode I'm with Stupid. At the beginning, we see his place being
Yo,
flat
how are their legs not broken? Seriously.
pancake under the rock.
Need.
That scene is also where we learn Patrick makes all of his furniture himself. Keep that in mind. And at the end of the episode, we also see it being flat again.
See? Look at that. Hold on.
And at the end of the episode, we also see it being
Hold on.
flat again.
That is not a hollowed out rock. They literally, they just got squished to a pancake. Like they're a pulp right now under there.
There's also this quick moment in My Pretty Seahorse.
Like this starfish.
And if we want to get granular, we're dealing with sand here after all, then there's also this scene from Pre-Hibernation Week. Technically, we don't see under the rock, but I feel the way SpongeBob squeezes himself under implies that he's kind of just being smushed underneath it. I'm calling it version 1. And then, of course, there's that scene from the first episode I showed, Home Sweet Pineapple.
Oh my.
For such a dumb brain, Pat must have an active imagination to be dreaming of giant spiders. And again, while I feel this is the most accurate house both to real life and to Patrick's character, because I feel like he'd be way too lazy to make his own furniture and rooms and such, that really is the least common version of his house. For something more common, we'll probably have to look at version 2, Advanced Laziness. Patrick's second version of the rock is probably most known for this scene in particular.
Yep.
He got hit in the head with 2 coconuts.
And if you don't remember why you remember that part, let me help you out.
So this is the thanks I get for working overtime.
Overtime. So let's get a good look at what we have there. A pretty flat floor with
You know, that's like half of marriages in America.
nothing but a recliner, a lamp, and a TV. That's it. That's all Patrick needs to keep himself sane. Honestly, I'll buy it. Patrick seems like a low-maintenance starfish, at least in the early seasons. But the Advanced Laziness version of this house was also actually the very first version ever shown. Yeah, all the way back in Help Wanted, we got to look at Patrick's interior, and sure enough...
Go SpongeBob!
Take a peek at that place before it zooms in and we got all the staples. Lamp, chair, glorious underwater TV. But here's where things get interesting. Remember how earlier I brought up the Home Sweet Pineapple for the Just a Rock version of his house? Well, here's his house's version 2 at the beginning of the episode.
Is it time already to ruin...
So, Patrick's house not only evolves and devolves across episodes, it also does it within the same episode. Good to know. Don't go in there if you don't want to be subjected to some sort of reality warping torture. No, alright, enough of the basic stuff. Chances are, if you're a SpongeBob fan, you'll recognize this third form of the house as what may be the most consistent and popular version, version 3, Sand Manor. And no, I'm not talking
It's
about
the
the
sand
episode
one,
where Patrick's
right?
place is literally turned into a royal castle.
Hey, SpongeBob!
Jesus.
Yes, sire.
That's a one-off instance, we don't gotta worry there. Hopefully. So, what all does a sand manor consist of? Well, at the bare minimum, we have what was shown in the secret box.
Just a
Get
bed.
a few picture frames and a bed, even less than what we had in Advanced Laziness. Well, that can't entirely be accurate. It doesn't really feel like a manor, though it certainly has a lot more space than version 2. Manor-esque in that sense, I guess. Luckily, most other versions of this place have a lot more going on, like the middle of the episode, I'm with Stupid. There, the house has scenes where we can see a living room.
Almost there. Let go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And also a kitchen.
Mine. No, wait! I already know the answer.
And there's even a wall separating the two from one another. Meaning, yeah, Pat set up actual rooms in this place for once, and this is
But is the rock over them? Because, like, all these rooms could exist. Like, think about it in Minecraft, right? You make a house or whatever underground. You have all these, it's all underground. That's literally could be like the rock is like the home staple just so we could see it above ground, lift up into the main room, and then it all just spreads out. Or like a fallout shelter.
only the beginning. For instance, let's take a look at the episode, The Pink Purloiner.
Patrick, where are you? Why are the lights off?
I'm in here.
Yet again, we've got a wall leading into another room, which, yeah, turns out to be empty. But also, look at how deep that first room looks, and it has stairs leading into it as well. Deep stairs. Maybe it isn't decked out, but man is it spacious. And then of course we have an episode like Sand Castles in the Sand, where it's sort of still the Advanced Laziness layout, but with everything made out of sand.
Time for what?
But for the truly advanced forms of Pat's Place, look no further than these episodes. First, we have the Donut of Shame.
This nice deserves to be served on fine china.
That there is a clip of a sorta revamped kitchen. We got a cupboard full of plates and a true table rather than just a fridge like back in I'm with Stupid, which to me feels a bit classier. I'm feeling more comfortable with calling this a manor. Now we gotta look at Pat's living room. As well as a toilet he has just lying about. There's not really a bathroom in the scene either, just a toilet in the middle of the area. Privacy doesn't exist in the Star residence, I suppose. And speaking of
SpongeBob was a peak childhood show. So almost every episode, if not every episode they've shown so far, I can remember, and it's just a good time in my life.
things that don't exist in the Star residence,
Nick! Wait!
I can't say I'm surprised by Patrick's stupidity, but I am impressed. And in the episode Rise and Shine, we get an even more detailed view of Pat's more elaborate home. Of course, to start things off, we have the basics.
Was SpongeBob naked there? I've never seen his torso that long.
Chair, lamp, and instead of a TV, we got a countertop, at least for now. We know how often this place changes. We're bound to be getting a TV any second. Behind some of those basics, though, we can actually see a bit of a doorway leading to another room, similar to what we saw in I Am With Stupid and Pink Purloiner. Do you know where that leads? Not really, but we can probably guess based on the next scene.
Tartar sauce! I'm out of food again!
Yet another addition to the kitchen, a pantry. And considering the way everything was framed earlier, I think it's safe to say in this instance, Patrick's kitchen is once again in a separate area from his living room. But once he manages to get his food open, questions arise yet again.
Now, live from Bikini Bottom.
So now he has a TV tray, but no countertop like we saw earlier. Is this a second living room area that Patrick has, or did he just reformat the room we saw at the beginning because, well, this place is sand? Who's to say? Actually, how does he power a TV made of sand? And then, as if this all wasn't confusing enough, we get this bit here to cap off the episode.
Oh! Gary?
What the hell is Gary doing there?
Patrick's place is 2 levels, apparently, and also has to be very wide to have him flying like that for so long, and he's got a random closet-ish thing in the middle of that bottom floor. And yes, most confusing of all, Patrick has a bathroom, complete with a tub. Because we all know him to be a guy who bathes regularly. Not like there was a whole episode dedicated to him trying to maintain his grime as much as possible. And then finally we have the episode Pat Hearts Squid, which has another instance of a full-on separate room being around.
You can take my bed, squiddy old buddy.
That may be the most well-furnished this house has ever looked, besides the time
No, seriously, that was some pretty good interior design by him.
it was a castle, but we don't talk about that. Honestly, while I feel like Patrick would rarely have the mental power to put something like this together, I feel like this version of the house is probably my favorite, just because of how creative things can get. If you ask me, version 3 is probably the closest thing to canon we're gonna get. That isn't saying much when we still have scenes like this happen, though.
Happy birthday! No!
You finally made it!
Yep, before Patrick hops in, it's version...
That's got to be easily the most confusing version. Flat rock. I can't tell. Is it hollow? No, because the way the clip is on that. Okay, so it's a flat rock underneath. Flat sand underneath. It's no hole underneath yet. Right?
And then
Closes
jumps into
it.
version 3 in the very next scene. Cartoon houses never make any sense, man. And here's the thing that makes the least sense of all.
Oh.
Apparently, all this time, Patrick's rock has been a turtle. Here's the thing that comes into version... happen, though.
Happy birthday! No!
Yeah, so it does that. And then now it's all walled up. Yet like the interior of the rock is now sand?
Finally made it!
Yep.
Yeah, that's easily the most confusing one.
Cartoon houses never make any sense,
They
man.
don't.
And here's the thing that makes the least sense of all. Apparently, all this time, Patrick's rock has been a turtle shell. No, I'm not kidding. That graph from
Okay.
earlier alluded to it, but look at this blasphemy.
Oh man, what time is it? Oh boy.
This got to be new SpongeBob. I've never seen this episode.
Oh, nasty. Let's get
Yeah, so a lot of fans just refuse to buy into the rock always having been a shell for a lot of reasons. One, it's dumb. Two, this turtle claims to have been asleep for 30 years, meaning this shell would have had to remain in a single place for 30 years. No replacement rocks, right? Well...
Yeah, I don't buy it. See?
Plain and simple. This doesn't make any canonical sense whatsoever, so a lot of folks just don't count it in the lore of the series, and frankly, I don't either. I'm willing to admit Pat's house doesn't play by the rules like I've been saying. It is as illogical as the starfish himself, perfectly fitting. But this is just a step too far, man. I mean, come on, talking turtles under the sea. Next, you're gonna tell me the crabs and the squids and the lobsters can talk too. Wait a minute. But that's all I've got for y'all today, and if you want any more nautical nonsense like this, be sure...
Alright, man. Yeah, no. That was a cool video. It was interesting. But we still have no answer on how it works or what the actual layout is. Damn. That's when you know it's bad. Because this guy does a pretty good job when it comes to laying out the foundation, doing the layouts. But this one's just a mystery still. But hey, man, if you still enjoyed, make sure to let me know by leaving a like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments. Put on those post notifications. And, of course, go down to the description below. Go show some love to the original video. And with all that being said, I hope you have a snazzy day. Stay safe, stay snazzy, stay blessed.